Live with Bob Hansen, Tom Luchak, Sean O'Malley, Adam Fitzgerald, and Andy Van Meer. This is Buffalo After Dark.
All right, everybody, welcome to Buffalo After Dark. It is actually Thursday night, November 4th, and we're on for the next half hour because there was some big news that happened in the hockey world this morning. It was actually shortly before 7 a.m. that we announced on the Horns and Hose page that Jack Eichel has officially been traded from the Buffalo Sabres. So we're going to talk a little bit about that today. Also, we do have your calls and comments. If you want to jump on and talk with us for the next half hour, you're more than welcome to. Of course, phone number to reach us is always 929-205-6099, and of course the details are in the Facebook chat live. So basically, Jack Eichel is the Vegas Golden Knights now, and he was traded at around 6 a.m. our time this morning. Basically what happened is that the Buffalo Sabres are getting back 4 different assets. They're getting Alex Tuch, they're also getting Peyton Krebs, a 2022 first-round protected draft pick, and a 2023 third-round draft pick. So, of course, with us today, Bob and Andy is normal. Sean might be getting on a little bit later. What do you guys think? We knew it was going to happen, but what do you think of the overall return?
Well, let's start with Andy because this was his idea.
What I say, boys, he's going to the West Coast.
Mm-hmm.
We knew that, and thank God he is going to the West Coast.
Yeah, I was thinking that was going to happen. I knew immediately when the Rangers were out, I said he's going to the West.
Wasn't the exact team I thought or had wanted him to go to, but close enough. Right? I don't have to see him 5 times a year.
Yeah, but you know what sucks for the rest of that Pacific Division is Connor McDavid versus Jack Eichel.
It's going to be fun for them out there, isn't it?
Yeah, right?
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to worry about that anymore.
Well, at least at this point, though, it's nice to know that the saga is finally over.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, we're happy about that. I mean, everybody wanted this over months and months ago, but something of this magnitude takes time. And Mr. GM Kevin Adams stuck his guns and got what he wanted out of it. So I'm not worried about it at all. It actually keeps Eichel out for the majority of this season too. So you probably don't see too much of him until probably tail end of February, maybe March.
True story. Hey, Luffy, how you doing?
LeVay!
Hey.
What up, weed?
See, I told you I'd get him.
All right.
You did.
Yeah, you know what? He twisted my arm. He said a half hour, and we're trashing Eichel. So,
yeah, tell us what you think of the deal today, man. So Eichel to the Golden Knights.
What can I say? The only good thing you got was Tuch. The only good thing you got.
Alex Tuch. Except then, of course, his shoulder.
Yeah,
we got to worry about that.
Here's my honest opinion, okay? You guys waited this long to unload the best player that you have, and you waited this long, and then you took the second best option. Sad. You could have got a lot more.
Second best option. What?
No, you fucking lost.
What was the first option?
Calgary would have been a better option, dude.
That deal wasn't even real.
Any way you look at it, okay? Any way you look at it. Anyway, I knew Kachuk wasn't going to be dealt. I knew that for a fact. But anything Calgary would have gave you would have been a lot better than what fucking Vegas has, man. They're the goddamn expansion team. Been in the league like, what, 3 years?
4 years. Actually, 5.
Yeah, 5 years now.
Like who? Sean Monahan?
What, dude? You could have had. Look at their fucking prospect pool, man. What does Vegas have?
Vegas gave us
a little better.
You got a guy that thinks he's hot shit, and what's that fucking kid? Krebs?
Yeah, Peyton Krebs.
Good luck, because he's gonna be a bum, and I'm worried about everything I say. So good luck.
He's actually better than Connor Zary.
Oh well, good luck,
That's
dude.
we would
Like I
have
said,
from Calgary.
Good luck, dude.
Yeah.
He'll be fine.
Yeah, but like for me though, I would say I think the trade, it's not great, it's not good, but it's also not bad and it's not horrendous. It's in the middle. I think it's serviceable, but I think I agree with Adam. I think they could have gotten a lot more in return if they were to trade him sooner. But I think getting Alex Tuch yeah, I think so.
What are you going to get for an injured guy? It doesn't matter what month it is.
It's not just any injured guy, dude. That's fucking Jack Eichel. It's not any
That's
injured
4
player.
pieces for an injured player.
Yeah, guess what? So is Alex Tuch. Alex Tuch is also injured.
Yeah, he's got the injured shoulder.
He'll be back sooner than Eichel.
Dude, it's like fucking going downtown in Toronto and being like, "Hey, man, I'm gonna go like on White Ave, and I'm gonna get this hooker for $20, but I can go uptown. It's the same vagina, same tits, same ass, and I'm gonna pay $200."
Are you comparing a hockey trade to a prostitute trade?
Yeah.
Are we having that conversation right now?
Exactly.
I think we are.
That's an interesting concept. If I ever heard one.
Yeah, definitely.
My mindset is that no matter how you look at it, okay, so I'll go back to the hooker prospect again. So, okay, shut up and listen. I have wisdom.
Okay.
Okay.
So it's the same as finding a hooker and then finding a high-end slut. Okay. So if you're gonna pay $1,500,
what are we talking about?
Listen, shut up and listen. $1,500 for a high-end slut. Okay. You paid, yes. In the end, it doesn't matter because you know what? They're both broken, they're both beaten, and they both have wet holes.
That is the most amazing concept I've ever heard when it comes to a hockey trade before.
Wow.
Holy shit.
But also, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Okay, it's an injured player for an injured player, but Michael has the worst injury coming out of the two.
Well,
okay, but also I'm very high, and what I say can't be held against me in a court of law.
There you go. As I say, what
I didn't give you those right.
Oh, goody, it's Sean O'Malley.
What's good, gentlemen?
The whole gang.
Hey.
Oh yeah,
what's cracking?
Hey,
The
wait,
whole
wait,
gang's
wait,
here.
Wait. Can you do some push-ups in that shirt?
Dude, we only got like 18 minutes to go here.
Guns out.
No, you missed Andy, you missed it. Like Bobby was like straight up hard on like, hey Sean, you could really put that shirt on and work out.
You're such a dick,
Wow.
you know that? Such a
Cute.
dick.
Hey. Well, we do have some comments in the chat. Of course, if you want to join us, 929-205-6099 gets you on the air with the 5 of us. Jim Carpy's actually in the chat. He says, "Hi, guys. Hope you're all well, especially you, cuz." Of course, I know you know him, Andy. And then he also said when Luffy did the comparison of the trade with the prostitutes, he basically said he had to compare it to something he relates to.
Yeah. See?
It's true.
Somebody gets me.
Holy shit.
You're not wrong.
All right.
Yeah.
But in all seriousness, reading the comments from people has been absolutely amazing today. Like, I don't know what people expect to get from this trade. Like, you wanted a king's ransom. I mean, for an injured player, this is as good as it's going to get for somebody
Right. Well,
injured with neck injury.
Yeah, and considering that there's no salary being retained, that's a good thing.
It's bullshit because I would have went straight up to Calgary and been like, "Hey, to Chuck for Eichel, straight up."
Yeah,
He's never even on the table.
I'm just saying, that's the offer I would have made.
I'm sure he probably might have asked, but no way Calgary is going to do it. Even if he did, who knows? He probably wouldn't even have stayed here anyway. So,
Okay,
Yeah.
well, for years to come, when Eichel's making you his bitch, you're gonna come back and be like, Adam, you were right. Eichel's gone to another team. He could have went any other team a lot better off. So good luck, Eichel.
Yeah. I feel like though, go ahead, Sean.
I'm saying, I'm looking forward to facing him several times this season. Every season.
That's true.
Good gosh.
Yeah. So, Mr. O'Malley, tell us, how do you feel about the Eichel trade?
I'm in trouble. I feel
West
like,
got a
I
lot
feel like it's
worse
going to be
now,
a
didn't
nightmare. I feel like it's going to be a nightmare.
Well,
That's all I can say.
I think you're wrong though, Sean. Because you know why? Because for the next 2 months, Vegas has none of their top 5 players plus Eichel. So
Right. Yeah, and
Yeah,
Eichel's going to be
that's
out
true.
at least 3. So
But yeah, that's true. But as soon as they come back, oh boy, when Eichel comes back,
when it gets Stone and everybody else back.
please pray
yeah,
for me.
you know
that'll
what?
probably be next year. The way they are with these injuries, they ain't making a playoffs.
The way Eichel works though, when he comes back, it's gonna be like, hey, I'm the owner, I'm the GM, and I'm the coach. So I'm gonna tell you guys what to do, and I'm gonna be captain, by the way.
yeah.
Oh, good luck with him
I'm
being
out
a
of-
captain on that team.
Now I don't know what I'm going to do with my freaking Sabres jersey now.
Just keep
I
it.
don't.
Yeah,
Just burn it like everyone else does.
We can
No, I ain't
find
gonna
another
burn it.
player for you.
yeah.
Hey,
Do you like they did in
if Tuch
Cleveland?
wears
They burned the
89, you just
LeBron
put an
jersey.
8 on him.
Yeah. Well, Cleveland, they burned the LeBron James jersey when he left the first time.
I'm not burning that jersey. I paid too much money for that jersey.
Could always frame it.
Basketball's not a sport.
Yeah. Well, either way, I think though, from the perspective of the trade, I think Buffalo did fairly decent in as far as assets. Because Tuck was a former first round pick, Krebs is a former first round pick. They're getting another first round pick. That's their third one next year. And then
There you go.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
There you
And that
go.
first round pick is top 10 protected.
Yeah. So they have their own first
That's-
round pick.
Right.
What's up?
Yeah. No, so go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. So they have their own first round pick. They have Florida's first round pick, which they got for Sam Reinhart, and now they got Vegas's for Jack Eichel. And on top of all that, they also got a second round pick from Philadelphia, I believe, and they got another second in 2023, or it might have been a third from Vegas. So Buffalo,
No, it's a second. It's a second. It's a second for next year, or for
Yeah,
23 draft.
Isn't the first picks fucking top 5 protected, not top 10?
something like that. I mean, it's a
Yeah,
very
and if it, yeah, but then it gets drawn to us for the 23 draft for Bedard.
Oh,
I'll have to take
yeah.
if
mean,
it comes to
it's-
that.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting how it's going to work out. And I mean, and if you look at what's happened since the beginning of the year, I mean, or actually the beginning of the season, I mean, let's see. The Sabres have shipped out Jack Eichel, Sam Reinhart, Rasmus Ristolainen. We got rid of a 2023 third round pick and future considerations. So on top of it, not only did we bring in Peyton Krebs, Alex Tuch, we've got Vegas's first round pick, Florida's first round pick, Isaac Rosen, Robert Hagg, Devin Levi, which that's actually he's going to be an interesting player to watch. We've got Philadelphia's 2023 second. We've got Vegas's third round, I believe, is what we ended up getting today. Will Busher, we brought in
Second.
earlier in the season for our fifth. And on top of that, to get us to the cap floor, we end up taking Johnny Boychuk off the Islanders today.
Yeah, coming from me, I love Johnny Boychuk, but he suffered a severe eye injury last year, and it made him to the point where he turned into Brian Berard. Yeah, I know, I went that route, and
man.
and it forced him
you're
to
a real
retire.
piece of shit. You're a real piece of shit.
Oh, come
What an
on!
asshole.
It's the closest comparison yet. I'm not gonna lie about it. I mean, I could have gone worse, but regardless, though, is the whole situation with Boychuk is he's not gonna play at all. He's just sitting there for the rest of the year. So that's the main aspect.
Captain.
Yeah, and exactly.
Salary cap dump, man. A salary cap dump.
Yeah,
That's what
straight
it
up
is.
cap dump.
Teams do it all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, and Boychuk's been
Look
on
at Arizona.
long-term IR this, second season now?
something like
He's
that.
done. He ain't come back. He ain't come back. He's
That's
retired.
fine. Send the cat floor, whatever.
Yeah, so
Same thing that Arizona does.
yeah, well, the only
Okay,
difference is
bro.
Andrew Ladd actually came back from injury. Johnny Boychuk ended up retiring.
Oh, Andrew Ladd. Oh no. Give me 6 goals a year, Andrew Ladd.
Right?
That Andrew Ladd old man.
Andy, I swear to God, I will pay for new Wi-Fi for you. Please get better Wi-Fi.
You need to get a new router or
pay for it,
modem or
okay.
something.
I mean, he could
Maybe
sure
I
as
just need to upgrade my phone.
I mean, I sure
Yeah,
as hell.
that too. Your phone is ass.
Well, you can always make an Ethernet cable out of your hair. I mean, just shave it all off and just put it together.
You're not going to have any hair as of tomorrow with your little cell procedure. But
Yeah, that's true.
you could kiss that fucking mop top goodbye.
But
Yeah,
by the way, I have to say, Tom, you look like the chick off AT&T commercials, Flo, with the headset.
Oh yeah. Well, it was interesting because normally I don't like using the headset, and what happens, my audio is all screwed up. So I figured, well, we could still go on time with wearing it. So
Wait, John, make your best musical smile face, like as if you just saw something and you're really excited.
Wait, musical what?
The fuck is wrong with you, Bobby?
What?
I don't even know if I caught that correctly.
That's okay. I mean, you got a lot of catching up with you.
I get you. Yeah, so Jim actually jumped in the chat a little bit further. He said, probably not worth speculating, but I don't have faith they would have gotten more due to the fact that the relationship was so soured, injury or not, which, I mean, yeah, he makes a good point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, the trade alone, I think, is just enough because let's be honest here. They made the trade for Tuch and all this is just so that they could flip him down the road potentially. But I will say, though, the main prize of this whole trade is Peyton Krebs, hands down.
Oh my God, you are high.
I am
Just listen to his interviews. He didn't want to be here.
Yeah.
He clearly said it in his interview.
Yeah, one of them was like he wanted to be out as early as 2020.
Yeah,
Okay,
he was done.
Okay, I looked at that fucking interview, and I can guarantee you, Eichel wasn't like the best poster child for Buffalo or whatever, but I can guarantee you they fucking ruined his start of his fucking career, not by like the organization in general, but by the fucking ownership and by the fucking coaching. It ruined his fucking career to start off.
Dan Bielsa was the big problem.
He was meant, dude. That guy was meant to be number 2 for a goddamn reason. It wasn't meant. He was like the last pool, the last pool of good players. Him and the Matthews, or him and like Liney Matthews and him and McDavid. He would never compare to fucking McDavid. But Jesus Christ, if you're even in the talk of being like in McDavid talks, you're something.
Yeah. Right, like that top 1% or whatever it is.
The guy's career got started off on a shit team. I'm sorry to say it. Hey, you know what? Leafs fan here, your organization is total bullshit when it comes to management.
Dude, you ruined Andrew Raycroft, so you're the last
Whoa.
Hey, I'm not
Whoa.
saying my management is like my management's the worst in fucking NHL history. I'm just saying for fucking taking players down like first round picks down a fucking bad route. Yeah, you guys fucking ruined careers.
What did you get for Phil Kessel again?
I don't care, dude. I'm not talking about past. I'm talking about now. Eichel is relevant.
Listen,
okay, when he goes, he's at Vegas. When he comes back and he starts playing and he tears up the fucking league, you're gonna look at me and say, "Hey, Adam, you were right. The fucking team around him was shit."
Yeah, no shit that he's going to tear up the league. He's one of the best centers in the league. So, of course, he's going to tear it up. That's like
what's going to happen with the neck. Who knows if it's going to be successful? He could take one check to the back and he's done. Nobody knows.
I'll say this, man. He ain't no Matthews, but he's pretty good.
But then again, you have to play devil's advocate because Jack Eichel is indeed going for disc replacement surgery. So for him to take this risk for his, not only in his playing career, but just as a whole, are you going to get the superstar Jack Eichel or are you going to get the injury-prone Jack Eichel? It's a very two-faced situation.
Right.
That's the risk. That's the risk they had to take, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, and let's look at his injury history. I mean, in all 6 years that he was a Buffalo Sabre, he was out for long periods of time every single year.
remember that time that Bobby had like the high vagina sprain, the high ankle sprain?
Yep.
Yeah, he was out, at least 20 games?
Oh, it was like 25 games or something. And Bobby's trying to like be like, oh well, it's a real injury. No, it's not. It's a fucking pussy fucking injury.
Well, yeah, at that time it was pretty severe, but it's irrelevant at this point because
A
it's
high ankle sprain. What do you wear? High heels too high?
don't really have an explanation to that. Yeah. So, Sean, are you terrified to play Vegas going forward?
I am for now. What how else can I say it?
I don't
think
know.
You're good for at least 3 months, dude. They get nothing.
Yeah,
right.
for 3 months, but when those 3 months are up,
Right. But also,
So you
depends
got a
on how
more
long he'll
dangerous
officially be
person
out.
to worry about.
Still early.
Right. I mean, I would say this, Sean, at least with the Kraken, you actually have a core that's relatively not hurt. So, I mean, you do have that positive, and the fact that Vegas right now is beyond beat up and everything else is just, I mean, they're missing like literally like all their top guys right now.
yeah, true.
You still got Connor David and Leon Draisaitl. I wouldn't even be worried about Eichel at this point in time.
No, yeah, I'd totally be terrified of Edmonton.
Yeah.
Terrified.
Yeah.
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 I mean,
those two players alone.
They're another new monster, even with Zach Hyman.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh no, I don't want to talk about it. I miss my Zach.
Zach Hyman's
Oh, you miss Zachy Poo.
Yeah, I totally do.
Man.
We're definitely missing.
that's so adorable.
Well, guess what?
What?
He's an Edmonton
fucking
Oiler now.
grinding
Too bad.
forward, man. He's what you need on a fucking line, man.
Yeah.
Wow,
What about
compare it up.
Giordano? I forgot about Giordano.
Fuck Giordano. He's gonna be retiring next year.
Who knows?
This tank from the Sabres wasn't for Eichel. It was for McDavid, and they lost on the ball selection. So,
Yep.
I mean, they never wanted Eichel to begin with. They wanted McDavid.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah, well, you know what? The doom of the Sabres was the time that they lost the draft lottery to fucking McDavid. They could have had McDavid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Tom. Let me
Yeah.
ask you. Let me ask you a question.
Sure.
Remember, like 5, 6, 7 years ago, when the Sabres were trying to tank for McDavid at the time, and I said to you, the Sabres, I hope to God don't tank for him, and they kept cheering for them to lose every time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right.
And they kept losing.
And I protested against this idea.
Yep.
And now you know why I was saying this.
Right,
Because
right.
Oh, come on. Don't try to justify your bullshit.
What do you mean talking about my bullshit? What are you talking about? Dude, you were sucking the most dick when you tried to get Austin Matthews.
whoa.
Well, you know what? We tank right. You didn't.
You did great. Yeah, first round playoff exit.
Whoa.
I don't care. We still tank right. We still got Austin Matthews.
Yeah, and he has a shorter contract. He's gonna go to Arizona or Houston in next year or two.
That's if Arizona still exists by this time next year.
That is also true.
He ain't
And you
going
semi-tank for Marner, too. So,
Yeah, you know what? We kind of failed, but we still got Marner. So we didn't
and
fail.
Riley was another top 5 pick. And we're also got to go down the line.
And then losing out on multiple assets like McDavid. Okay, to be fair, both teams missed out on McDavid
Yeah, everybody missed out on him except Edmonton.
or Seattle.
Yeah.
Well, Seattle didn't
Edmonton is
exist yet.
like-
That wasn't even a possibility yet at the time. Was the Kraken? It came way later.
Yeah.
This is a different conference anyway.
Well, either way, it's a pretty interesting statement to make. But regardless of this whole situation, though, I mean, the big winner of the trade is definitely Jack Eichel within himself because he can finally get the surgery and move on.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see how it all turns out. I mean, does he turn back to his former self, or does he end up getting to the point where he's a shell of him former self? I mean, that's going to be the question.
I'm going to say shell.
the biggest question for me is when he goes to Vegas and he's healthy and he's playing. Okay, where is he gonna fit? Like what line is he gonna fit on? Because
That's easy. That's easy. He's gonna be a first line.
Projected the first line.
no, he's not. No, he's not.
Eichel,
They projected him with Stone and Pacioretty.
Well, you know what? Maybe, but again, you're gonna have a coach who's gonna be like, "Hey, man, you want to be on this fucking team? You have to prove yourself, and you have to show that you're not going to get injured 2 games in." So,
Well, we'll see how much he can handle with checks coming his way. Maybe somebody won't check him in the back of the neck. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, the West is going to be a more physical conference to be in. Also, I mean, you've got some tough teams out there. So that's going to be the first wake-up call to Eichel. The second wake-up call to Eichel is Peter DeBoer is a no-nonsense coach. It's his way or no way.
well, I guess he'll be fired in the first week.
Yep.
Yeah, he'll get fired. And then Vegas will be in a whole new rebuild quicker than they thought. Who knew?
I don't know about that, honestly. I think Vegas is going to be the Western Conference equivalent of the New York Rangers or the Toronto Maple Leafs, where they're a popular destination for NHL free agents to go and say, you know what, I'm going to leave my shitty team and I'm going to go sign a contract with Vegas. I mean, look how much money they've invested within themselves. They've made a big establishment on them. I mean, what did they do in the first 5 years? They bring in Tatar. They bring in Stone. They bring in Pacioretty. They bring in Eichel. They bring in friggin' Alex Pietrangelo. They bring in Robin Leonard. They brought in fucking Fleury through the expansion draft, then traded him for nothing. And then on top of all that, Vegas is literally stacked in every aspect.
Right. They're stacked for now. Their window's closing.
They're not right now. They ain't
Half their
stacked at
team
all.
is north of 30.
They don't look that good right now, considering like 0-19 on the power play start the season. So,
well, I think once they get healthy, the Knights will be back in momentum, I think. And I don't think trading Alex Tuch would help them either, because I think Tuch would have been a nice, asset for Vegas on the power play. But when you get rid of Alex Tuch, that's going to be a key hole to fill. But they're going to probably just throw in Jack Eichel and hope the vein that he actually performs to what he was in Buffalo.
Time will tell.
I love how Tuch. I seen his his statement that he made after being traded, and it's just like every agent's typical note to the fans to say, you have to say this, because if you don't say it, we're gonna look really bad. So he was like, yeah, I grew up in Long Island. I can't wait to play for this team and blah, blah, blah. When he's probably thinking, holy shit, I went from like a team that could have went and won a cup to like absolute dumpster fire.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we'll see. I mean, I would like for Krebs to develop because he's only 20 and he's already in Rochester.
Bobby was what I was saying.
Come on. It's not like you had any faith in Kasperi Kapanen when he first came in, and look what he turned out to be.
Right. Well, think about this. With Krebs developing in Rochester, I mean, he's going to be alongside JJ Peterka, Jack Quinn, and Owen Power. That's not a bad group to develop with.
Power's in Michigan.
I wasn't even talking about Krebs, but sure.
I was.
Yeah, because you weren't even paying attention to what I was fucking saying.
I heard you. I heard you.
I heard you.
Right. Well, I want to say, for everyone that did jump in on the chat tonight, of course, thanks for jumping in. We had a lot of comments on the page today too. So, I mean, and actually one of the things I'll throw in there before we take off, Jack Eichel was actually on there today, and he was saying the Sabres are doing a fine job grooming talent, then trading it away for some hefty returns. Anytime you use one pick and get an equivalent pick back plus extra stuff, kind of negates the suckiness until the vicious cycle isn't broken. Then it's largely a waste. So, I mean, there was that. And then a lot of people were just talking about how the current core was doing anything. So I know Josh Pecoraro had a lot of stuff in there, and actually Florio was in the chat today too, which I was kind of surprised. I haven't heard from him in God knows how long, but
holy hell.
But yeah, it was just interesting to see. And I mean, and thanks guys for the comments in the chat today too, because I mean, it was definitely interesting to see a lot of your different points. I mean, we'll see where this goes. I mean, we'll definitely be talking about it more next Wednesday night on Buffalo After Dark, and of course, we'll have After Horn coming back. Once we get through the road trip and everything. But before we wrap up, do you guys have any other points you want to get out there, or any other comments you want to throw in?
I do. Go Sabres for tonight because they're playing Sean's Seattle Kraken.
Mm-hmm. First time for the Sabres in the new building out west.
And all I gotta say is go Kraken.
Yeah, kiss my ass.
Oh,
Yeah, we'll see tonight. We'll see.
Right.
Yeah, okay.
yeah.
I hope the Seattle makes you their bitch.
Okay.
Hey, whoa. How are those Toronto Maple Leafs doing tonight? Is Tampa making them their bitch tonight?
It's actually,
No, it's actually
as we speak.
1-1 right now in overtime.
Oh, they tied it before the end of the third. How lucky.
Of course we did. Of course, that's talent. That's talent. That's what you
Less
do.
than a minute to go. How cute.
Yeah,
We'll see if
Florida
they get out the W.
Yeah, Florida and Washington are going into overtime at 4-4. Philadelphia and Pittsburgh tied at 4 as well.
Yeah. And then about this way, Montreal's going to lose another one because they're losing to the Islanders 5-2.
Let's go Islanders!
Yeah. Fuck the head.
Yep. So actually some real-time scores, and then we'll get out of here for the night. But basically Detroit is losing at Boston 5-1 with 2:49 left in the third. Of course, Toronto and Tampa is tied at 4:15 left in overtime. They're tied at 1. Montreal right now, 54 seconds left in that game. They're going to lose 5-2. Florida and Washington.
Fuck you, Montreal.
Yeah, Florida and Washington are about to go into overtime. 35 seconds left, tied at 4. The Battle of Pennsylvania, Philly, and Pittsburgh, they're tied at 2, and they're in overtime right now. And then 4:01 left in the first period. Calgary is losing to the Dallas Stars 1-0.
Oof.
Lots of
What's the
overtime.
score?
Lots
It
of
was-
overtime.
And what's the score to the Colts
Three
Jets?
Bergeron with a 4-goal night.
Yeah. What's the score to the Colts Jets game?
Let's take a quick look.
Let me.
We're even
I'll look
talking
at
about
it.
football. Fuck off, Bobby. You were talking to hockey
It's,
right now.
This
It's
is an Eichel
20
special. What the fuck are we talking about football?
I just asked a question.
And the
God
Colts.
damn
Who
you,
the fuck
Bobby.
with the Colts?
Anyway, I got the score here. It's 21-10
21.
Colts with
Oh.
about a minute 17 seconds left till halftime.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow.
Okay, God.
Who actually cares about the Colts game?
Yeah.
It's just
Oh,
funny.
and Ottawa lost 5-1 to the Golden Knights tonight, too. So,
Well, that's not surprising because it's friggin'
Yeah.
Ottawa.
Yep.
Jesus, Ottawa. Come on.
yeah.
Yeah,
So,
screw Ottawa.
Oh, it's 6-2 Islanders, by the way.
oh, nice. Nice. So, more insult to injury for the Habs.
The Scabs. Yeah.
Yep. Then, of course, tonight, 10 o'clock, it'll be Buffalo versus Seattle for the first time ever. And then 10:30 is the late game on the West Coast, St. Louis in the Shark Tank.
That's
Go
gonna be
Blues.
fun.
That'll be a
Hey,
good one.
Bobby, by the way, the guy that tied the game was none other than John Tavares. Just so you know.
He's irrelevant at this point to me. Until John Tavares gets past the first round or the second round.
I'm sorry, the fourth of the year for John Tavares. He actually has 7 points now. He's doing pretty
Yeah.
good. So thank
Yeah.
you, John Tavares.
Is he
Was
worth his
that a
contract?
6-5 goal? Was
What?
that a 6-on-5 goal?
Yes.
Yeah. How I had to take 6? Yeah.
No super.
Hey, you know what?
about-
You gotta know
about
when to, you gotta
that.
know when to pull the goal. He knew right.
Yeah. Well, we'll see if they pull off over them.
Jesus Christ, Andy, your fucking Wi-Fi.
Hey, maybe we should throw on the page a GoFundMe to get Andy new Wi-Fi.
Yes,
We'll make it
please.
like
Right.
we'll put it at like
People.
$300.
Oh, I have a better
Please,
idea.
people.
I have a better idea.
Whoa.
Let's make.
Whoa.
I have a better one. What's that friggin' website? I have 2 of them on top of my head. One is Patreon. We should make a Patreon account for Andy. And then, fan me only, or whatever that is, fans only. We should make one for Andy and have him throw a bunch of sexy pictures for all of us
Oh,
to be
gosh.
Oh God.
Bobby, what is wrong with you?
What is
I
going
know,
on in
man.
your sick fucking head, you weirdo?
Wow.
First it starts off with Sean like working out in this fucking Kraken jersey, and now it's Andy modeling.
On OnlyFans. Ugh.
What the
Wow.
fuck are you? What are you doing? What?
Jesus, Bobby.
Dude, I'm really contemplating coming on the show more if you're going to keep this up.
Yeah, you're trying to be a creeper or
Getting
something?
weird.
man?
Yeah. Do you think that's bad? Listen to this conversation that Andy and I had earlier today. So just to give you a really
Do we
quick
even want to
story.
know?
Yeah, so it was during around the time we were talking about Johnny Boychuk. He says, we were just talking about Boychuk or whatever. And then the next thing you know, we're talking about Jonas Corpusalo. And Andy then says, what and who are these players that you speak of? And I said, Corpusalo and players, and he'll get flipped through 2 extras. And then I said, who knows? And he says, you guys need to take it down a notch. And I said, so the Sabres will make the better team, but Jack had a bad year and the team doesn't get better. So, yeah, I want out. I can't wait to see you gliding back to the Vegas bench and staring at the roof, shaking your head after a play doesn't go the way you hoped. Then Andy says, are you okay? And I said, no, don't tell me hi. Calm down. And he says he only knew he didn't want to be part of the rebuild, which is fine, blah, blah, blah. And then he says, calm down, Bobby, or I'll bitch smack you when you bang your mom. And I said, why don't you fuck John Riggins' corpse while you're at it? He says,
See how weird he gets?
Oh
How
my
weird he gets?
God.
Louise.
No. It
What is
gets
wrong with you?
no.
I don't, we don't want no.
No.
Okay, so
Yeah, I mean,
No.
yeah. I was gonna say we should
Cut the
probably end the
feed.
show on that note.
Yeah, we're gonna
Disconnect.
wrap that up.
Disconnect.
Get yourselves and each other, guys. We'll see you next time.
Buffalo After Dark is an H&H Studio production and distributed by Horns and Hooves Entertainment.